As the dry season progresses, it becomes increasingly difficult for farmers in semi-arid regions such as Teso to reap good yields from their land. For instance, these cultivators are almost always certain of unearthing small, barely nutritious potatoes each time they dig. The best option these women have is to harvest the potatoes, which they process into what is locally referred to as omukeke. The potatoes are laid out in the sunshine for 2 to 3 days, after which they are crushed or ground into flour that can last for weeks and is a good food supplement in times of scarcity.
Okay, you can process it as she's doing. Then after this, you can grind it as well. You make bread out of it. And she's doing this in order for easy storing, no? When it is like this, you can't store.
The dry food rations are stored in granaries or silos, such as these, a practice that was once widespread but is now dwindling as people move to peri-urban areas and take up unproductive lifestyles.
Yeah, men are lazy. Any working at home, even cultivating is the women doing. Even looking after cows, everything at home. If you were to visit now a village where women are not at home, you find that a woman is the only one at home, but that home has a husband.
The contributory factors that cause food insecurity are not only weather patterns. According to women spoken to, many men appear to have made consumption of alcohol throughout the day an occupation as opposed to a pastime.
The way the men are socialized is where the root problem is. Socialization is done in such a way that when the children are born, a girl and a boy, the girl is immediately being treated and trained and socialized to be the one doing all the duties.
Yes.
Home management, making sure a home is a home. Meanwhile, the man is only socialized to be a boss.
I want to specifically to address this message to the spouses, the men. When we talk about food rights and food security, we must really address it from the household level.
Intervening in the quest for food security is the Australian government in partnership with ActionAid, which has extended $2.5 million in outreach assistance to 5 districts in Teso sub-region. These include Kumi, Katakwi, Nwoya, Bukedea and Amuru. Targeting 2,500 smallholder farmers, the Food for Thought project involves provision of livestock and agricultural inputs to increase food production, creation of strong farmer groups, and networking them at broader, mutually beneficial levels to increase food security by at least 40%.
This project is focusing on building farmers' capacity in Kumi for organized production and marketing, and also to adapt to the changing weather and climate change in the area because they have problems accessing water for production and other inputs. So that's the project.
Well, for a number of reasons. We're always looking for good, constructive, useful projects in Africa and in countries like Uganda. Uganda is an important partner for Australia, an important country, and the Australian people want to do good projects.
Commissioned at Ongino Sub-County Headquarters, it is a move towards achieving the Australian Africa Community Engagement Scheme to empower people to mitigate and cope with food and climate-related challenges. Peter Ntimba, WBS News.